What's going on, guys? Oh my goodness, this free BS, you gotta love it. Hey guys, what's going on? This is your boy Crypto Siege. Another day in the life and the crazy life that is digital assets. Good evening. How are you guys? How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are having an absolutely awesome evening. Wanted to hop on here just real quick. Say that no, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the news. I mean, it's all kind of great news, really, going on today. Space, without question, absolutely insane, absolutely great news. Like, what is going on with Madame Lagarde? She is doing her thing. I got to give a major shout out to Michael Otto, 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 probably sent me something, basically the document from the Madame Lagarde speech, first ECB, I believe. I have that. I want to go over that as well. Talk about that a little bit as well. But tell you what, I can't see anybody's name in the screen here, so this is not pausing. Hopefully, it's not it. Yeah, so hope uh, see me fine. Hopefully, everyone can see me good. What's going on, guys? Hopefully, this delay thing will. I don't know if it's because I have some tags up, tabs out, hoping that maybe that's causing the delay. But hope everyone is doing. Cannot see anybody's name in the chat yet. Hoping the chat is working right. Do not see anyone's name in the chat yet. Let's go good. So what's good, guys? Legendary, what's going on, man? Hey, so there it is. What's going on, bro? How you doing? Yeah, that was a little delay in the chat getting up. It's up. It's up now. That's good to see. Hope everybody is doing well. Everybody's doing good. Excited to come and share a little bit with you guys tonight. Things are crazy in the space, legendary. It's absolutely crazy in the space. But I want to do a good shout out to Michael O2, I believe it is, who sent me the documents from the ECB. I know there's probably been some people who's covered this, but I think it's really, really important to consider the timing of the message. I think that's really the thing to really kind of point out. Peter Voss, what's good, bro? How you doing? XRP, XRP, I love that. Even, my friend, how are you? XRP. Good day, crypto people. What's going on, man? Where you tuning in from, XR Free? Where are you tuning in from? Glad to see you in the stream. I don't think I've seen you in the stream before. Good to see you here. Yeah, bro. It's good times, man. I'm telling you right now. It's good times in the space. This is good time. Digital asset space. Sacramento. Okay, that's what's good. That's what's good. Sacramento. Peter Voss is from Toronto. All right, excellent. Get out there, dude. This is out there. Love to do that. Good to see you in the stream, my friend. The digital asset space is going crazy right now. It's going crazy. Alton E. Griffiths Jr., what is good, my friend? Lamb Cement. What's it? Cement. What's that? Good to see you in the stream. Siege is what you meant. I got it. I live on the ledger. Ha ha ha. Right. I'm telling you, it's good times. It is absolutely exciting times, right? Absolutely exciting times. I mean, I don't know. I know this ECB thing's probably been covered a little bit, but I found something from the New York Times that I thought was interesting, but I think I lose it. Yep, I did bookmark it. Okay, cool. So we'll cover that. Man, did you guys see my screen when I did that? I probably don't even need to check that out on my phone. Did you guys see my screen when I went out for my full picture, just me, and just saw my screen? See the Twitter page come up? Coin feels so. Yeah, James Wayland, what's going on, my friend? Did you guys see that? Or as soon as I nope, yeah, exactly. Okay, that's shocks. Okay, well, it's good to know. I know how to do it, but I'm telling you that thing from the New York Times I thought was interesting. The fact that it was that they even mentioned it. But let's go over some of that stuff, and we're gonna really go over the ECB thing as well. Before we do that, let me go check out coin fair value for you guys, and just talk a little bit about where XRP is currently, which means I got to change this OBS so you guys can see it. Yep, so you guys can see it. That frozen. All right, so let me show you this. Coin fair value, just real quick. Fair values displayed here are based on current. I know you guys are probably saying, are you getting money for this? Fair values displayed here are based on current use of each coin. They don't contain speculation on future variations of their usage. You leave speculation to investors. So this is coinfairvalue.com, guys. Just a different perspective to kind of look at the digital asset space and their definition of fair value. You can check it out for yourself. But it says intrinsic or theoretical value of the coin according to its current usage. Fair value is the result of a new yet simple rational economic model for currencies, similar to what discounted cash flows is for stocks. Okay, so the current price of XRP, 21 cents. Ooh, it's really getting down to the 5 for $1. I can't wait that 5 for $1 mark. I'm just going to save a few $100, just a few, so I can take advantage of that 5 for $1. Because I got 20, I think I did like 25 and a half, maybe 26 cents, and then I did another 22 cents. So, but the fair value price is $1.43. Bitcoin's current, yep, 21.54 for XRP. Current price fair value is $1.43. Bitcoin's current price is $7,229, and their fair value price is $6,270.71. No need to go over the other ones. But let's hop into this stream. Let me see what's up. Let me see the comments. Before I say what's up to everybody. PSA. Wyland was good. Donald Griffins, how are you, my friend? Good to see you got your room back. LOL. Yeah, I know, right? I know, yeah. Soon to be mother-in-law headed back out. Yep, so FBI. Michael Atu, I just gave you a shout out, man, for hooking me up, man. TJ Jackson, what's good, my friend? How are you, man? Yes, sir. Absolutely. Smash the likes on the way in. If you want to, what is that? Just close out the chat for a second. Smash the likes. I would definitely appreciate that. Then hop back into the chat. Helps with the channel. This is nuts. What is going on, bro? How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? So I'm gonna cover something here real quick. So I just thought this was interesting on Twitter. This is an article, and shout out to King Solomon, of course, from the New York Times. This is what he says here. King Solomon says a digital currency backed by the European Central Bank could be necessary if payments remain too expensive. A confidential ECB document said, adding that it's possible adoption could be accelerated by signs of lower cash usage. Let's go check this article out. From the New York Times, guys. Public digital currency could be needed to lower costs of payments, according to the ECB. Brussels, a digital currency backed by the European Central Bank could be necessary if international payments within Europe remained too expensive. An ECB document said, adding that its possible adoption could be accelerated by signs of lower cash usage. The confidential quote-unquote document, seen by Reuters, also says that an ECB-backed digital currency would have far-reaching implications for monetary policy and for banks, and therefore its possible introduction should be carefully assessed. Well, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be introduced. It just means that it should be carefully assessed. Okay, that's not on. Let me go to what my dude sent me, which was Michael Otu. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. It said Otu Atu. So it's the hearing at the Committee on Economic and Monetary Affairs at the European Parliament. Now, I know you guys have already seen this, yes? I know a lot of you guys have probably already seen this, and some people have kind of gone over it. But in light of that thing from the New York Times, I thought it was really, really important to cover it. The current economic situation and monetary policy. Let me start by looking at the current economic situation in the euro before moving on to the longer term questions from monetary policy about which you have inquired. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. This one down here, the prolonged slowdown in economic activity has nevertheless been affecting price development, which means subdued. According to Eurostats, flash estimates, inflation stood at 1% in November, whether we look at survey. What can we do? What can the ECB do in a weaker economic climate? First of all, monetary policy can respond effectively even when growth is being dampened by external factors. And it can do so by ensuring favorable financing conditions for all sectors of the economy and providing visibility on those conditions in the future. And this talks about this two-tier system. The new two-tier regime of excess reserve, isn't that supposed to be remuneration? It says remuneration. Exempts a share of banks' liquidity deposited with the euro system from the negative interest rates applied on the deposit facility. This will also ensure that banks remain willing and able to pass on very accommodative financing conditions to the economy. So that's just a bunch of stuff here. But shaping the future of money. Let's go over that real quick. Now, I haven't had a chance to fully read over this, guys. It says the other topic you have asked me to discuss today is the future of money. Indeed, as central banks navigate a complex and changing landscape, we should not only aim to anticipate future trends, but also seek to shape them. Doing so, we should be particularly attentive to risk and perform a thorough analysis of their costs and benefits. The financial service environment is evolving as new entrants shape up the market. So are the public's needs and demand. The ongoing discussion around so-called stablecoins offer a glimpse of the changes that might come. This phenomenon could disrupt the current payments landscape with spillover effects from monetary policy, transmission, financial stability, and the international monetary system more broadly. But the ECB is not standing still in the face of these challenges. Last year, ECB launched TIPS, Target Instant Payment Settlements, an instant payment service that allows money to reach recipients within seconds, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. TIPS responds to the growing user demand for instant payments and helps ensure that any bank account holder in Europe can be reached by offering settlement and central bank money. TIPS increases the speed and safety of consumers' daily transactions. Since 2016, the ECB has been exploring the application of new technologies, particularly distributed ledger technologies, to market infrastructures. Together with the Bank of Japan, the ECB is conducting a research project called Stella, which is investigating innovations that can facilitate safer, faster, and cheaper financial transactions. So the Bank of Japan is Japan's central bank, right? But driving change also means identifying and managing risks that come with breaking new ground. Innovations, including stable coins, will only be beneficial if the associated risks are mitigated for effective regulation and oversight. So I believe we should follow the golden rules of supervision. Same business, same risk, and same rules. That's the part that is I really want to. Okay, here it says a central bank digital currency would allow citizens to use central bank money directly in their daily transactions. Central bank digital currency would allow citizens to use central bank money directly in their daily transaction. I think that is a huge, absolutely huge statement. Don't you guys think? I mean, I think that is a crazy U.S. to citizens to use in their daily transactions. Lammy says, wonder what coin could lower costs, not Bitcoin, not right. And she says, not the Bitcoin and not the Ethereum, as Madame Lagarde likes to say, and not some other daffy Bitcoin fork. Wonder what else is fast and cheap and safe. Exactly, Lamby. We all know how familiar Madame Lagarde is with Brad Garlinghouse and all things Ripple and XRP, right? I haven't seen her usher in anyone to a bunch of, a meeting, kind of a closed meeting with a bunch of central bankers. I haven't seen the CEO of any other project, walking around with Madame Lagarde and being introduced by other central bankers. Yeah, that happened a lot. Sir Captain Sticks. Sir Captain Sticks. Welcome to the channel, man. Thanks for being here. The banks must be getting scared. They shut my account down for buying crypto. Yeah, that's been happening a lot, man. That's been happening a lot. So that's the thing, guys. The ECB is seriously looking into it. And then you get this article from the New York Times, which really, to me, is kind of intimating that it's becoming more of an urgent thing, more of a necessity that's looking to take place. Stella, not stellar. Charlie G says. Stella, Project Stella, not stellar. Right. Thank you, Charlie G. Right. So think about that. The Bank of Japan, which is central bank. Now, SBI in Japan and Mr. Katao's over there, they're kind of doing their thing. So I think it's really interesting that the Central Bank of Japan, Project Stella, is going on with the ECB. Don't you think it's interesting? I really, really do. And he talks about, I read a little bit about on the Project Stella and the ECB, and they're like constantly talking about distributed ledger technology in there. Anytime, Sir Captain, my friend. And so Madame Lagarde in the ECB, the timing of it, right? So I said that on a video earlier today when I was driving around. The timing of it to me is very, very interesting. I find it very curious that this is coming out now. And now this article from the New York Times, supposedly from, this quote unquote secret document, kind of referencing to me the urgency in which the ECB may have to move. And then she's quoted in there saying that, the people will be able to use it in their everyday transactions. Right? And what is this thing that she is intimately familiar with? And that she knows about its immutability. She knows about its ubiquitous. She knows about no single transaction has ever failed. No transaction has gone across that ledger without being KYC, AML, CFT, and everything else that it needs to be. She knows about that is in fact a ledger that can track every single thing. Right? Metrology. Thanks up, man. Thumbs up. Yeah, I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that, right? So think about that. Think about that for a second. So I wanted to cover that because I think Jag 17 was good, my friend. I think it's important to understand that the ECB, Madame Lagarde, rather, has always been a fan of XRP and what it's doing. She understands that the digital assets are here to stay. She understands. She's constantly, when she was at the IMF, bringing up the fact that the central banks need to catch on and move forward. That's right. 1-1 says, Lagarde said in her first ECB speech, more efficient means of transfer, not Bitcoin or mining. She basically danced around XRP her entire speech without actually saying XRP. That is exactly right. It's at 21 cents, man. I tell you what, at 20 cents, I'm going to have to figure out a way to make another purchase. I can tell you that for sure. And so I'm absolutely 100% excited about that. The other thing that I mentioned earlier today, that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the fact that the British Virgin Islands, and I'm not sure, I messed up the islands. I think I said Marshall Islands. So China and the Marshall Islands have already moved towards their own digital currency, and now the British Virgin Islands is doing that. And it's said because they wanted to move away, replacing the US dollar. So it's looking more and more obvious. It's becoming more and more imminent that country after country, look at BRICS, right? That nation after nation, country after country is looking to move away from the US dollar as the global reserve currency, because now with digital assets, they're in a position to do so. Did you look at paragraph 5, 6, and 7? I'm not sure how to. Paragraph 5, 6, and 7, Michael. I'm not sure if I could look at paragraph 5, 6. Buy for $1. I know 1-1. That's what I'm waiting for. It's not there yet, right? William Leather, hello from Raleigh, like in Raleigh, North Carolina. How are you, bro? Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. I'm ready to head down to Durham, man. Ready to head down. I'm in and out, like dinner and out. But yeah, love that area. Love that part of the country, man. Love being down there. Absolutely love being down there. Did you look at paragraph 5, 6, and 7? Yes. Like, I don't even know. Tell me where paragraph 5 begins, because I don't know if I can find paragraph 5, 6, and 7. GRB investment solution. Like, give me the first sentence or two. Michael Otto, can you do that for me, bro? What's going on, GRB investment solution? How you doing, my friend? What's up? What's up? You are slowly becoming one of my top YouTubers. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you being. TJ Jackson said, I made a small buy today. Couldn't help myself. I hear you, man. Yeah, because I made one at 22 cents, one at 25 and a half, 26 cents. So I gotta, I'm looking for 20. Eddie Emmanuel. I'm in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Hey, appreciate you being here, my friend. I don't think I've seen you here, bro. Glad you joined the stream. I appreciate you being here, man. Michael Otto is gonna kind of give me a sentence or so on paragraph 5, so I can read it from there. You said 5, 6, 7. Because I know I went down like all the way down to the beginning. XR free me. I've been buying all the way down this slide. I hear you. Why not? Yeah, man. Well, as I keep buying every chance I get. I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, why would you not? So I'm waiting for Eddie to put Michael to put that in. Oh no. Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime, man. That's why I'm here. I'm hoping to bring some value, bring some content to this absolutely outstanding XRP community, man. It is absolutely outstanding. So where is the article on what is it? The British Virgin Islands getting their own digital currency. Here it is right here. Just in, the British Virgin Islands launching their own digital currency. It says the rundown. BVI's digital currency to replace the US dollar. The government of the British Virgin Islands is about to announce the details of its own digital currency. The most important thing to me is it's going to the intent behind it is to replace the US dollar. And like I said, when I was driving around doing that video, what do you think the US is going to do, right? If you and I know, if the people from Bitcoinist.com know that nation after nation, country after country is looking to have their own digital currency so they will no longer have to be dependent upon the US dollar and all the manipulation that goes along with that, especially from Swift, right? Who kind of gets their arm pulled, I'm sure, right? Now they have an option. And so the U.S. understands this. And do you think that the United States government is going to just go down without swinging? You don't think that they have another plan? Right? Jared XRP, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Just got a little stellar, so this time I can say stellar. Just got a little stellar just in case. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, it's an interesting thing because they still got it kind of. I think they still have that relationship going on. Eddie Amango says we need people like you on this beer market to keep us motivated. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's one of the objectives. That's one of the objectives to help you guys strengthen your resolve, level up your IQs in the financial space, in the digital asset space, and in the XRP space, so that you know that you're whole, so that you can weather the storm, so that you can understand that it's a game being played, and that old money doesn't want you to win. And they've been playing the game longer than us, so they can play it better than us. So we must learn to strengthen our resolve through the bear market. XR0X, thanks for the super $5 super euro super chat. I appreciate that. Keep it up. Much love. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, so that's the point of doing this. You know what I mean, Eddie? Is to help weather the storm through this crazy. This thing is behind. It's crazy, crazy, crazy bear market. And by the way, did you guys check out that video I did that says the best XRP TA technical analysis ever? If you guys have not checked that video out, please go to my channel, check out that video. Check out that video. I'm telling you, that young man is sharp. And again, he's non-biased. He's about making money. And he lives 100% off digital assets, which I thought was outstanding. One says the IRS is tightening its grip on Americans. Yeah. Getting that XRP shallow bag tomorrow, says Jared XRP. I hear you, man. Auto strong. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now we got China, we got the Marshall Islands getting their own digital currency. You got the whole thing going on with BRICS, right? And now you got this the British Virgin Islands saying that they're moving away from the US dollar. Right? So don't you think that the United States has to have a plan B? They're not going to just kind of go down swinging without swinging. I mean, they're going to be, they're going to be kicking and screaming and everything else. What do you think that plan is? You got a United States company that has created the greatest digital asset ever created. You got a U.S. company that created the IOP and gifted it, gave it away to the W3C so that the world could use it. And you think that the Donald and President Trump is going to be like, is not aware of it, is going to just let that one go? You don't think that the Donald and the people at the White House know about XRP? Eddie Mangrove says, I think the United States is playing dumb. They got something going on, without question, man. Read from Shaping the Future Money. That's what I read that already, bro. Did you miss that? Yep, that's where I started from. Shaping the Future of Money, my friend. Michael Atu. Yeah, I read that. They know about XRP. Absolutely, they know about it, Eddie. Absolutely. Where are you checking in from, bro? Eddie, where are you checking in from, man? Absolutely, 100% they know. The Donald 2020. I'm telling you, right? And, I mean, hey, he's about getting reelected. But hey, if I can solve this global economic crisis as well, and I think I have something in one of my things here that they talked about this global economic crisis. Let me see if I have that. Let me see if I have it. Central bank payment news. That's not the one. There was one that actually said that. Global crisis. Oh, this was another interesting one. The ECB is exploring the potential of a digital currency which would allow direct injections of liquidity to consumers. Now, why does it seem like that's a little different than the other one? It really says liquidity. Wait for it, liquidity. It seems like that's a little bit of a different spin on what she said. I saw this crisis thing. Now I can't find it. Anyway, I saw something that said global economic crisis. Ian Norton, shout out to Ian Norton. The Bearable Bull says Christian Lagarde is quite literally saying XRP is a huge option to be used as an alternative to repo liquidity injections that are currently being used by the United States and China. The European Central Bank President envisions direct digital currency use. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, so that's the same thing. But this is something. The ECB has a mandate to keep up liquidity while curbing inflation to a predetermined 2% rate. To achieve this, the bank lends liquidity to commercial banks while also setting a base interest rate. The injection of liquidity uses legacy electronic systems, legacy like in old, and the money then trickles down to the economy and consumers through lending and other commercial bank activities. The central bank is also a lender of last resort, supporting the solvency of banks, but a digital currency may be accessible directly to consumers, Lagarde said. So far, this approach to guiding the economy has not been tested and is only hypothetical. Right. It says here how she's skeptical of Bitcoin. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lagarde avoided using the term cryptocurrency, making a distinction between digital assets and a currency. We all know that the Bitcoin has always kind of been, that mantra was kind of it being and so we all know that she always says not the Bitcoin, right? And not the Ethereums. That's what she says, not the Ethereums, but a digital asset. And I fully believe that that's what they're going to end up being called. I think that Wall Street is going to be calling them digital assets. And I think that digital assets will have different functions. Some will first. 1, 2, 3 will serve as currencies. 1, 2, 3 will serve as utility tokens. Classifications in some way, shape, form, or fashion is coming. But digital assets, I believe, 1,000% is going to be the phrase that they use. Jared XRP says, "What do you think the United States counterpunch is going to be?" I think Jared XRP is a great question. I think that the IMF, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, will be gifted XRP from the U.S. And I think it's going to be something that's going to kind of come out some way, shape, form, or fashion that either Mnuchin or Powell or the Donald or all three of them will begin to start talking about the U.S. company and this digital asset, how it uses DLT and the ledger. All of a sudden they're going to be well versed. All of a sudden they're going to be well versed in all things XRP, right? They're going to be, when I say well versed, they're going to be getting it out to the public. That's what I believe. XRP is going to be in it somehow to solve this global liquidity crisis, and the Donald will take credit for it. The Donald will take credit for it. And he may, it may be a reason why there's just kind of this going back and forth with him and Chairman Powell, because maybe one time, they beefing, right? Disagreeing. And all of a sudden they come together with this exceptional option. Because remember, Mnuchin, Powell, but I think it was Mnuchin and the executive order 13772. I think it's Mnuchin and the Donald who signed executive order 13772. I don't think it's Powell. But in either case, I think they're going to come together and say, we've come up with this solution, right? Because we all know that they know about MoneyGram, right? Because he mentioned it during his talk, right? And so they know about MoneyGram, then they know about MoneyGram and XRP's usage, okay? So that's what I think. Jared XRP, one or all three or two of them are going to come out and say they have a solution to the global economic crisis. That's why the central banks are starting to talk more and more about a central bank digital currency, about a digital currency that they all can use, and talking about the need for liquidity. Now I'm really upset that I don't have it, because I was reading that they were talking about this global economic crisis. And Now I can't find it. Alva, that's the ECB. Yeah, I refreshed my computer to freaking get it working. I couldn't pull it back up. Anyway, so that's what I think is going to happen, Jared XRP. I really do think that. XR Free Me says government is definitely implementing their plan. The Fed funding the repo is part of it. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, because the Fed is going to want to be able to say, right? Powell's going to be wanting to say that he tried, he did their best, they did whatever, they tried, they exhausted all the options, right? Absolutely. One said if the Donald reset the financial system, GOAT, yeah, the greatest of all time president, absolutely. And he came in, he walked through the front doors of the White House saying that he was going to solve the debt. Or did he not? He said he was going to solve the debt problem. As Lambie said, and I love it, man. You're excellent. You're smart. You're smart. If Lambie says if Trump didn't have an ace up his sleeve, he'd be losing his mind right about now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, reread that, Michael Atu. It did say that. It says the Bank of Japan is doing research that can facilitate faster and cheaper transactions with the ECB. Yep, I went over that, my friend, on a project called Stella. Not Stellar, but Stella. Stella. Trump is all about keeping America on top. Lammy, you're absolutely 100%, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000% correct. Trump is all about keeping America on top. Any threat to our #1 status would be met with vigorous pushback. Exactly. So, Lambie, do you remember when Governor Carney, or Mark Carney, now the president of the IMF, head of the IMF, went on, he didn't just say it amongst his boys hanging out in England. He went out into the mainstream media, I believe it was Bloomberg, and said, you know, we really need to start considering not having the US dollar as the world reserve currency. Do you remember him saying that, Lambie? Mark Carney. He didn't just say it while he was having some tea and some crackers with his boys in England. Nope. This dude went out onto mainstream media, Bloomberg, and said, this whole US dollar as a world reserve currency is not working. We need to look into something else, possibly this digital thing. Didn't he say that? I think he actually intimated the digital thing as well. And who responded to that, Lambie? Who responded to it? Did the Donald lose his mind and get on Twitter? No. Did he have a major press conference and say that, we're feeling threatened right now by Mark Carney with the Bank of England? No. What about Powell? What about Mnuchin? Nada. Zero, nada, not a thing said. Why do you think that is? Why do you think you're talking about ace up the you're talking about an ace in the hole? You think they got an ace up their sleeve? You think they got aces? The Donald is not gonna. He is not. Can't you hear him? I say this a lot in my streams. You can just hear the Donald saying, you know, Brad Garlinghouse, and the great American, right? You can see him with his arm hugging Garlinghouse. The great American CEO is created, and can't you hear him just singing the praises of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and all things XRP? I'm telling you, I can hear this if the dude was in the same room with me right now, singing the praises of this American company that has this digital asset that can help solve the global economic crisis that is illiquidity. Can't you hear it? I can hear it. I can hear it big time. Eddie Emmanuel, you're smart, bro. You're a smart bro, man. The best way to keep us away is to hide a good project, without question. Is on the price. They keep the price real low so people don't get involved, without question. I remember reading something, and I forget where it was, but they were basically saying that in the what's the word I want to use, in the global economic space, right? So you get this panel, you get these world leaders, and they discuss how best it is to get the word out or keep the word from getting out. They said one of the best things that you can do is to mention, never mention it, never say the words. That's why we had all those videos in the community at one time about how they, everybody's talking around XRP and they never mentioning it, never say the word XRP. Reason for that, because in the end, we all know that XRP was designed and created. It wasn't meant for us. It was meant as a back-end settlement for banks, for enterprises, banks, FIs, SMEs, whatever you want to call them. It wasn't meant for us as retail holders to have it, tell investors to have it. CJ, they have a selected amnesia, says Jared XRP, without question. 1-1 says, with Mnuchin it's going to happen. That guy is all about making money. Yep, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And we can't forget Executive Order 13772, Ripple the company, mentioned in it, I think twice. The BRICS new payment system sound. Oh, does it really? Eddie Emanuel says the BRICS new payment system sounds like XRP to me. Interesting. Interesting. My thing is, how would they get it? How would they get it? How would they get that XRP? How would they get it? Legendary. Mnuchin looks like a cartoon villain without question. Brian Schreier is in the building. What is going on, bro? How you doing, man? Lammy says, yes, absolutely. I do remember. And he did it on American soil. That's right. He did do it on American soil. He knew what he was doing without question. So did the Donald. So did the Donald. You know, there was a TV show with politics show. President, very good actor. He ended up getting the boot because he was losing his mind, messing around with other boys, young boys. But get the name of that TV show. Had the blonde as the female, cute little blonde. Man, I cannot remember the name. It was one of my favorite TV shows, and I can't remember the name of it. But I tell you, you want to talk about a good inside look at the real politics, that show. That show was it. What was the name? You guys will probably remember the guy's name. The actor ended up getting caught like too many drunken outings where he's, messing around with boys, young kids, teenagers, whatever. So apparently he is gay or something. And then it was the blonde who was like the his wife and partner in crime. Great show, great acting. I can't remember either one of their names right now. Mr. Blockchain, what's going on, my friend? That's right. Nobody said a word, not a peep. That's right. And I love you. I love that you recollected it was on American soil. And no one said nada, zero. XRP Free Me says that was the seed for the elite, without question. Without question. Like it's like, okay, this is where we're moving, right? Because they speak in code. We all know that. The wealthy speak in code, without question. Did you guys hear? Let me ask you guys this before did you guys hear? I'd heard, and what one of the guys commented on, I believe it was Brad Time's stream, Investment Perspectives. If you guys have not checked out his channel, definitely check out his channel. If you have not subbed, definitely go check him out and sub that channel. They said that Warren Buffett had purchased 60 million XRP. Anybody hear that? And I remember I asked, no, it was in my stream. It was in this stream. Someone made that comment. And I was like, dude, you got any kind of proof, any kind of documentation? Give me some kind of breadcrumbs. Never said it. Never got it to me. But everyone who was in the stream was like, well, I mean, he just essentially doubled down on Bank of America. We all know about the Bank of America patent with Ripple mentioned in it. But boy, I would tell you, I would love if I could get word of that. I mean, it would be game over. Brian Scherer, thanks for the $5 super chat, bro. I appreciate you supporting the channel, man. You're always supporting the channel, bro. I appreciate that. How's it going, man? Life is good, man. It's really, really good. Carney didn't go to the IMF? To someone, I thought Carney was, in fact, at the IMF. Am I not correct on that? Maybe says correction, Carney didn't go to the IMF. I thought he did. I thought he ended up taking a spot. Did the lady get it? Did the lady get it? Yeah, yeah. Please correct me on that if I'm wrong. House of Cards. That's the show. Thank you. Alchemist 009. Yes, House of Cards. I love that show. Absolutely loved that show. Absolutely love that show. Yes. Talking about one of the you want to kind of get a good idea what really goes on politics. That show, I'm telling you. I don't know about all that killing and stuff they had going on, but I'm telling you that show. Oh man, Brian, we need to take care of that. What happened there? What happened there, man? Make sure we change that. So, if you the blue wrench, my friend. What else we got going on the stream? Haha, Netflix show. Oh man, I'm telling you, it was 1-1. I'm telling you, man, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss a show. I love it. Baltony Griffins Jr. says, considering that next year is election, when do you think the U.S. government is going to make the announcement about Ripple XRP? I, right before they start doing it, or right after? I would have to be right before. He's got to get the stock market right. I know he wants to get the economy as best as he possibly can. But if he's going on running and now has this solution, it's got to be during that campaign, right? Don't you think? Don't you think? But I just feel like it again. I can tell Kevin Spacey. Yeah, that dude not good. Yeah, not good. Yeah, what's up with that? It's not good. Not good. Oops, House of Cards. My bad. Yeah, so I thought you said House of Cards. Yeah, that was a really. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you supporting the channel, man. Eddie Mango says, "What other company out there is building an internet of value?" Right, exactly, mic drop. It's just not happening. And I just watched something that came out in 2018 with David Schwartz, and I believe it was 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was doing it's basically a live stream. He was doing it for probably a Zoom, a class at the University of Berkeley, and he's explaining the interledger and the XRP and the digital asset space, and just my God, talk about a smart guy. Because smart guys, a smart guy who's able to make it, he can make this talk. He's so smart, but he can make it easily understandable for you and I. That's genius right there. That's genius. Marvin, what's good, bro? Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. I think a couple of things. I did a drive video today, doing the live stream. Absolutely. Appreciate you being here, bro. More time to buy more, Eddie says, Eddie Mango. Absolutely. Thanks for the $10 super chat from Brian Shire. Thank you, man. Thanks for the wrench. Love all that you do for us in the community. Hope they give you 2012 as well, invite as well. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Absolutely. I mean, that was a crazy, crazy show, right? Crazy, crazy show. But here, let's do this as well. Let me check out something else here that I had. Yeah. So the Ripple Banks to Bank XRP, his YouTube channel is doing really, really good stuff too. That's why I watched that video with David Schwartz. Ripple Partner Flash FX may extend the ODO platform to Japan. May? Ripple has been working actively to promote liquidity platform across the globe. May. Yeah, I don't know about May. I think it's pretty much certain. Don't you? I think it's pretty much certain that they're going to be. Central Bank Payment News was in French, so they had it translated as best they possibly could. This is from the Central Bank Payment News. All right. I see an interest in rapidly advancing the issuance of at least one wholesale central bank digital currency in order to be the leading issuer international That's why I felt as though the ECB would, it's like they're really looking to push to get out. To be the leader, right? That first mover's advantage. To be the leading issuer internationally, and derive the profits earmarked for a reference central bank digital currency. That's pretty powerful, right? Obviously, this is quote. I don't know who F. Villarreal Day. I don't know who that is, but that's an interesting quote right there. Interesting, interesting. Thanks, Bank. Who put that out? Was that King Solomon? Nope, it was XRP Quantum Leap. Shout out to XRP underscore Quantum Leap. Keywords rapidly and profits. So the Visa thing is huge in a lot of ways. The whole Visa Direct with MoneyGram. This is another significant move, guys. You want to know what's weird? What's the largest bank in Spain? Says XRP researcher, Banco Santander. What's the largest bank in the Philippines? Banco de Oro. Both Ripple partners. Visa Direct plus MoneyGram equals XRP. XRP. MoneyGram and Visa expand its cross-border debit card. So I went over this a little bit this morning, really kind of from memory. I didn't really get it. Oh, so this guy, sorry, this is a really good site, by the way. Right now.com. Really, really good. Visa will run on Ripple. MoneyGram plus Visa. New debit card on the way with expansions of yes. Article this site here. Still pretty good. This is a really good, thorough site as well. I've been on XRP right now. There we even got more based on MoneyGram B2P service Visa. Brexit got news that MoneyGram has announced a new debit card service with Visa. With Visa Direct. MoneyGram, who is a global innovative money transfer service, has officially announced the launch of the service. Direct is Visa's real-time push payment platform. Enables payments to over $1 billion. Right. But we're not thinking how. From our own article, and I quote, you may be thinking, how does this involve XRP? So it's only within the U.S. Well, it's starting with only U.S. customers, but MoneyGram will be expanding its service to customers outside the U.S. soon. And what does that soon mean? Who knows? This is just an article. Let me say this again. The service will be expanded worldwide. We'll look in what we found today, actually. Market XRP and beat us to the punch on Twitter about this. Of course, there's a lot of people who mention this thing about Twitter. But in either case, we all know what that means. MoneyGram is to be massive. There's going to be massive. And again, I still think in my heart of hearts that Mr. The One, Mr. Yoshitaka Kao, made all things MoneyGram, that acquisition, that investment, that strategic partnership. He made it happen, in my humble opinion. Right? Because I did a video on that, right? And I tied it to Brad Garlinghouse. Mr. Gatau is speaking. Right? Let him tell you what's good. Right? We're talking about a guy who is savvy at strategic acquisition. I believe in my heart of hearts that he made that money yesterday. This would be the move, and this is how you can do it, and this is how it would work. Made it happen. So MoneyGram is doing its thing, and they can't wait for Ripple to move faster. But that is absolutely going to be huge. So that simply says, quite frankly, Visa is huge. I love how the big players, they always kind of, they don't want to just go directly to Ripple. They want to kind of go around, right? Swift kind of around R3 with the GPI, right? Take me Visa with MoneyGram, right? There's always kind of that thing. But in the end, XRP. Absolutely. Oh, Lemmy says, thought I think Trump will mention Ripple only coming unglued in the economy. Yeah, that's going to happen, Lambie. I think Trump will mention Ripple only if things are coming unglued within the economy. That's going to happen. We're already in that. Already in it. And with this whole repo thing, Alex Sheet, what's good, bro? How you doing, brother? With this whole repo thing, this repo market is getting out of control. I mean, the billions of dollars they're putting into the repo market, it's all coming to a head. That's why I'm really upset that I cannot find it, because they mentioned two things in that article. It said global economic crisis and the debt crisis as well. And if you remember the digital nomad investor talking about the XRP manifesto, it's going to start getting out into mainstream media about those two things: global economic crisis and global economic crisis and the world debt crisis. Executive order, exactly, says TJ Jackson. That's right. Once it takes off, there is no going back. That's exactly right. And it is upon us. And then, I always say this in my streams: the global economic crisis has zero patience and waits on no one. And XRP is the one. It is the thing. I mean, Brad Garlinghouse has just quite frankly said, look, if it can free up $10 trillion, portions of that $10 trillion over a period of time, go from 10 trillion to 9 trillion, 9 trillion to 7 trillion. If it can do that, it can solve any kind of issue, any kind of liquidity issue, any kind of illiquidity issue it can solve. It's the bottom line, and they know it. And I'm pretty much convinced that they've been dishing this XRP out to these central banks and these 50 different quote unquote governments that they're working with, putting their systems together, the ledger or the IOP, putting it in place, dishing out this XRP to these central banks so that they all have it. Already convinced them that there's going to be a value and or price set based upon liquidity, based upon whatever it is, the 10 trillion, everything that Spring's doing, whatever the liquidity, whatever they want, the NASDAQ liquidity index, it's going to sell it to you at this price. But we're confident it's going to be this price. And that price will have to be at least three figures, in my opinion, at least $100. For them, the central banks and whatever, to even agree to do it. And look, and by the way, we're going to help you clear up your debt. We're going to help you clear up your books. And it's going to be some extra for you to do. You guys need to do as central bank, without question. There's 50 billion XRP out there. Who I guys think is holding on XRP? Exactly. Who's holding it? Exactly. Exactly. I mean, so that is the kind of the thing, guys. And I'm telling you, you start hearing more and more about the ECB, and who is at the IMF? I never got an answer. It's not Carney. Did that lady get it? Like the European lady? I think you're right. So where is Mark Carney? Let's see. Exactly. So, guys, here's the thing. The news is getting outstanding. It's getting better and better. December to February is going to be a very, very interesting period, because that's when the technical, the TA is supposed to start taking place, coming more today. What's about to happen in this bull run, right? So, according to historical data, the bear runs, especially for XRP, the bear and the bull runs, especially for XRP, is for the market. 1 year bull run, 2 years bull run. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit, that's basically. So the bull run, very smart TA people, start somewhere between December and February. It's going to last for about a year, if not a little bit longer than a year. And this is when we're going to begin to see the things happen for XRP. These couple of smart TA guys, they're having One guy's got the greatest TA ever on XRP. That video, that dude from DIY Investing, very smart guy. DIY, do it yourself investing. He had a trading plan that included 3 exits on XRP. 3. $9 exit, a $15 exit, and a $28 exit during this next bull run. That was this dude's trading plan. I'm not making those price predictions. This is what this dude, this is a guy who's been in the space since 16, and he's 100%, he said in his video, he's 100% invested in this. He has no other cash flow than from anything else other than digital asset space. TA. I mean, I'm telling you guys, you haven't checked out the video, you want to go check out that. Get off the stream, you want to check it out. I think it was XRP Ripple News, XRP, the greatest TA, technical analysis on XRP ever, but I title it. You definitely want to check that out. So 1 year bull run, starting in that time frame, December to February, first week in February, somewhere along there. Year bull run. This dude had 3 exits. Now, the other guy who was a high altitude investing, he was more, I would say conservative. He was saying $10 million. And in either case, those are great numbers for a year bull run. But the thing that I really still think is going to happen because of the global economic crisis is this price point, this price set, this evaluation of XRP, liquidity or whatever. And next thing you know, is at a number that we never thought we would have seen. We're expecting this number to be 3-4 years from now, and we get surprised by a number. Alex G said, "Why is he exiting? Because he's a TA guy. He's not a He's not a He's not a hodler, and he's not a community. He's not in one camp or another. His thing is, get in, make some money, get out. That's his thing, right? So even though he's a macro investor, that is his thing. Now, that doesn't mean, Alex, that he's completely getting out of it. He may be selling some at $9 and selling some at $15, and selling some at around 28. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's getting completely out, but I do know that he lives 100% off of digital assets, and those were his exit points. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to get rid of all of it. But, like I have different price points, if you will, or different targets in income, but I'm certainly not selling all my XRP at those price points, right? Because I fully believe 100%. Now, he may not believe it. I do believe in 3-figure and a 4-figure XRP. Eddie Mango says, I'm looking at my investment as a 10-year investment. That's why I don't even trip about the price going down without question. And you know what the great Warren Buffett said, right, Eddie? He said, after you do your due diligence, after you do your homework, right, after you do your own personal due diligence, you do your own homework, and you decide to make investment in an asset. He said, if you can't hold that asset for 10 years, then you should not hold it for 10 minutes. Words of wisdom right there, as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't mean that you don't have some wins along the way. It doesn't mean that you do something with your shallow bags and feel like you're living a little bit, maybe get a 6-figure bump here, 6-figure bump there. But the vast majority, 10 years, without question, Eddie. I like where your head's at, bro. I like what your head's at. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to hop off here because I got to get prepared for some other training I'm doing later on this evening, guys. But listen, thank you so much for hanging out. I definitely appreciate you guys being here. Get some shout outs. Eddie Amingwa, I appreciate you being here, brother. Alex, as always, man, it's awesome to see you in the stream. TJ Jackson, thank you, brother. I appreciate you hanging out tonight. Ryan Schreier, as always, thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate that. Marvin, it's good to see you in the stream. 1-1, great to see you in the stream, my friend. Dad, XRP, I appreciate you commenting and contributing to the stream tonight, bro. Balton E. Griffith Jr., appreciate you being here, bro. Appreciate you being here. Mr. Blockchain, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Alchemist009, thanks for hanging out. Lambie, thanks for contributing to the stream. That's really thoughtful and insightful comments. I appreciate that. Michael Atu, thanks again, man, for sharing with me today, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate being in the stream. Davo Mofo, Siege, I'm on your side. I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't see you. comment earlier. 1-1, what's good? Appreciate you being here. Becky N, appreciate you being here, man. XR Free Me, appreciate you being here tonight. Mr. Blockchain, Lambie, I said that, Brian Schreier, Legendary, appreciate you being here, bro. I didn't forget anyone. Jared XRP, I appreciate you being in the stream tonight, brother. XR0X, again, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for being in the stream. William Leather, I appreciate you being here, man. Hope you're having a good time in North Carolina. GRB Investment Solutions, appreciate you being here. William Leather, appreciate you being here. Michael Otto, yep. Charlie G, appreciate you being here. Thanks for correcting me. I know sometimes I say Stella when I'm Stella. As in Stella. Sir Captain Sticks, I appreciate you being here. This is nuts. I appreciate you being in the stream, my friend. Peter Voss, thanks for hanging out. XRP Peace, I want to say. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Guys, listen, never ever forget this, guys. Sam, what's good? Siege, love you, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. Love you back, brother. Appreciate that. Mark Charity, great to see you in the stream, my friend. We're about to hang up. We're about to hang up the channel, bro, so you got to catch the replay. Good chat today, guys. Have a good night. Oh, awesome. Absolutely. Caddy Lat. Great words, Siege. Thank you, guys. So listen, I appreciate you being here for sure, Caddy Lat. Guys, listen, never ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, but we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win. The digital asset space, our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sideline? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. Victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.